David, Crawford will fight you if he beats Canelo.
You can't take Crawford's skill away. You know, you have to give him credit for skill. You know, he's an amazing fighter. He's an amazing technician.
Benavidez is like 6 foot something. You know what I mean? Then you gonna come in 190, 200 probably. You know what I mean? Like you never know. Like that's a big dude. Like you know what I mean?
And he's skilled, man.
You know what I mean? So it's like, you know, I might as well go to heavyweight if I fight Benavidez.
After conquering boxing's top ruler, Terence Crawford's camp is targeting a fresh threat, David Benavidez. This is the same David Benavidez Canelo sidestepped for years, now suddenly standing at the center of Crawford's focus today clearly.
I think it's like 64.
David, Crawford will fight you if he beats Canelo.
Nah, I wouldn't fight Crawford. I'm at 175.
Everyone knew Crawford never pursued Canelo for cash. He followed him seeking legacy, greatness, and a chance to carve his name into history. Now to continue shaping that legacy, Team Crawford is setting sights on the 168 Beast, the fighter known as the Mexican Monster today right now.
You'd want to see Bud fight in this era that you think, you know what, that'd be a great fight.
Well, I would say Benavidez, but he's too, you know, that weight class is too high for him. So, you know, where he's at now.
If this matchup happens, it must take place at super middleweight Benavidez's true base. But here is the surprise. Crawford has already proven at 168 that he is not surviving thriving.
Kamaru, Terence Crawford versus the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez.
I knew it was coming.
He was the mandatory for Canelo.
Oh my God. Relax.
What's up? The scariest guy in the division.
He's not in the division.
He said he could still make 168 pounds. The reason why.
Facing Canelo, Bud moved like pure lightning. Blazing fast, smooth, and razor sharp, making Canelo miss and punch air. That identical speed and ring intelligence against a naturally larger, nonstop Benavidez is the kind of collision that turns the entire boxing world upside down completely.
He said he wanted Benavidez to make 168 with the thinking in mind.
And he was like, nah, we don't want to do that.
Yeah, I just think Benavidez, he's like, what, 6'5", 6 something like that? He's a big...
Turki Alalshik is smiling wide after Crawford's major victory, and now he is heating things up online. He jumped onto X with a bold question asking, can David Benavidez still make 168 pounds? That message feels like a strong signal that a Crawford versus Benavidez fight is clearly on his radar now.
Social media asking if David Benavidez is still capable of making it down to 168. Now, we're not sure if this little tease that Turki made was targeted as a hint for a future fight between Crawford and Benavidez or Canelo versus Benavidez.
Here's the twist. Benavidez does not seem eager to face Crawford. Sound familiar, right? The same pattern played out with Canelo. Early on, he dismissed the idea of Bud, but once a glittering $150 million offer appeared before him, everything changed into the biggest bout of his life. That is the influence of Turki Alalshik. When he shows that level of cash, fighters across the sport drop their doubts very fast. Legacy talk sounds good, but those 9-figure deals turn not interested into where do I sign right now today.
I feel like Bud needs a Benavidez. And then that would mean Benavidez would have to go into a different body and bring himself back down to 68 when he's already getting settled in at 175. That's just Turki trying to pull rank. So Turki trying to show he got a golden arm.
Alright, now things get crazy because right after all that talk about Turki throwing money around, Crawford finally opens up about Benavidez, and you can feel it clearly. He shows respect for the monster, but he is basically saying, yo, that guy is a heavyweight in disguise. Bud even jokes straight up saying I might as well fight real heavyweights if I step in with this man.
168, when we think about anybody at 168 outside of Canelo, the first name that comes to anybody's mind is David Benavidez. What about the potential for a fight like that?
Oh, like I said, man, that's a big dude. You know what I mean? He ain't even at 168. You know, when you look...
Right, not now. He's at 175, yeah.
He probably can't even make 168. No.
And honestly, he is not wrong. Benavidez steps into the ring looking like he just finished the cruiserweight division for breakfast. But here is the key point. Crawford still trusts his advantage in speed, timing, and pure skill. That is Bud's mindset. He will measure you up, call you big, call you dangerous, and still explain why he can outplay you. And let us be honest, that is why fans respect him. He is not avoiding the challenge, he is calmly analyzing it like a chess match.
When you look at these fights, you know, especially coming up, you gotta be realistic. You gotta, you know, say, all right, you know, how big is this dude really is? Because David Benavidez, he can fight his ass off. You know, me personally, I believe in my skills and my ability that I can be in.
Large fighters, small fighters, it really makes no difference. Crawford believes he's the one controlling the board, and tell me that isn't funny. Bud looks at Benavidez like a tower, yet still wondering, what level do I finish you on? Man, only Crawford can make battling Goliath feel like just another workday. And right when Crawford had everyone buzzing about Benavidez being a hidden giant, Robert Garcia steps in with a reality check. Like that barbecue friend who warns you your plate is getting way too full today. Right now, here again, solid, clear facts.
He should have maybe fought Benavidez instead. Maybe that would have been a better fight for him.
Who?
Benavidez.
Oh no, Benavidez would destroy him. Not even close. Just like Benavidez would destroy.
I'm not going to lie. Hearing him say Benavidez would crush both Canelo and Crawford almost made me choke on my drink. Like, relax, coach. Let us imagine for a moment. But I understand it. Garcia is not soft selling anything. He is basically saying, look, Crawford is a once-in-a-generation talent, but Benavidez is a whole different kind of monster. And honestly, you and I can admit it. That is the fight where size and raw power begin to make Bud look human. Still, you have to laugh at how Garcia delivered it though.
There's no chance. There's no chance. Benavidez is too big, too strong, too fast for these guys. Benavidez would beat these two guys, I would say easy.
The man did not hesitate at all. He shut it down fast, like a dad cutting the Wi-Fi when you play too long. But here is my take. Yes, Benavidez is a monster, no question. But every time people say someone is too big or too strong for Crawford, he pulls off another trick and makes legends look like practice rounds. So would I pay to watch it? Absolutely. I would spend my last pay-per-view dollar without thinking twice.
Crawford is one of my favorites of all times now because of what he just accomplished, what he just did. But Benavidez is too big for him, too fast, too strong. I wouldn't even want to see it. Canelo.
Man, Robert Garcia already had everyone gripping their plates with that serious reality check. And right when you think it cannot get any hotter, boom, Sugar Shane Mosley jumps in with the boldest take of the year. He straight up says Crawford might actually be better than Mayweather. I had to pause the video and take a sip of water because comments like that make boxing fans flip furniture in their living rooms. And the wild part is he did not hesitate at all. He explained it clearly, saying Mayweather is technical, but Crawford has those long arms, that old school grit, and he is willing to fight you anywhere.
It was like, he's better than Mayweather. So, maybe it was just different because Crawford's arms are so long. His arms are really long, so it's kind of hard to hit him. But no, he did everything, man.
You cannot even argue too hard because deep down you know Shane has a point. Now picture the debate tables. Skip Bayless somewhere sweating. Max Kellerman warming up a long speech and your uncle at the barbershop yelling facts with veins popping out. This discussion is not ending anytime soon, and that is what makes it legendary. Then Mosley casually drops the Canelo retirement talk like it is just another Tuesday, saying yeah, Canelo has done enough. Maybe it is time to train fighters. Maybe even take $100 million fight with Jake Paul.
Do you think he should retire?
Yeah, I mean, Canelo is more so into training probably fighters and helping people. Like he already did what he needed to do. There's nothing really more he can do in this.
Man, only boxing lets us jump from loud GOAT debates to imagining Canelo slapping Jake Paul around for streaming views. That is the beauty of it, you and me. We are watching history flip in real time. Crawford proving he is different. Mayweather's shadow still looming. And legends like Mosley telling the truth with a grin. And if Canelo really stepped in against Jake Paul, the internet would shut down faster than Ticketmaster during a Taylor Swift tour. That is the kind of chaos boxing fans secretly live for, whether we admit it or not.
Retire, I didn't actually ask you. Do you think Bud could call it a day?
He probably will retire for a year maybe. If he does, a year or 2 years like that, right? A year. But he's coming back.
Yeah.
He's coming back. He's a fighter. He's coming back.
And right after Shane Mosley dropped that bomb about Crawford possibly being better than Mayweather, Simon Jordan steps in with pure accountant energy, like he personally checked the contracts. And honestly, he is not wrong. Canelo walked out of Vegas carrying a bag so heavy it probably needed machinery to lift. $150 million. Meanwhile, Crawford, the man who actually made history, leaves with $50 million. Do not get it twisted, $50 million is still disappear forever money. But next to Canelo's haul, it feels like Bud delivered the artwork while Canelo got paid for the frame. That is boxing for you. Skill earns respect, but superstar power builds the palace.
Canelo Alvarez has been able to sell himself in such a way because of his personality, because of the nature of the relationship with the Mexican contingent, his relationship with the broadcasters, whereas Terence Crawford has travelled a little bit under the radar, always been seen. He doesn't have the biggest of personalities, so he doesn't sell himself in that certain way.
And I have to admit, I felt Simon's frustration when he mocked the scorecards and even took a shot at Max Kellerman for asking about retirement right after the biggest win of Crawford's life. Like, come on, the man just locked his place in the Hall of Fame and the first question is, so when are you done? That is like asking Usain Bolt if he is finished running the moment he breaks a world record. We need to stay in the moment. Crawford just delivered a win that shook the entire sport. And instead of enjoying it, people were already pushing him toward the exit. On this one, Simon was right. Forget the money talk. Forget the bad judging. This was one of those nights where boxing fans should simply sit back and respect pure greatness.
Was the appalling scoring. I don't know how anyone, I mean, the AI scoring was just as bad because it came up with a draw, but the actual, this wasn't a close fight.
Well, the AI scoring, you're right.
It is a draw.
The AI is meant to be the ultimate judge.
Yeah.
114, 114.
No, the other judges scored it 115, 115, 113.
Alright, so this is how we close it out. Crawford just turned boxing upside down once again, and now the entire sport is buzzing about what comes next. Is it Benavidez? Is it another legacy-defining fight? Or does Bud sit comfortably on the throne and let the rest chase him? Either way, this moment feels special. We are watching a fighter rewrite the rules in real time. And the debates, they are only getting louder. Crawford versus Benavidez. Crawford versus Mayweather comparisons. Canelo's future. Boxing feels like it has more storylines than Netflix right now. But this is where you step in. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know you all have strong opinions. Does Crawford truly have what it takes to deal with the Mexican monster? Or is Robert Garcia right and size finally catches up to Bud? Let the debate begin. Alright folks, keep locked in for fresh boxing updates, highlights, fights, moments, and stories. Subscribe to Ring Headquaterzz Plus, switch on alerts so you never miss a single update. Make sure you check out our other videos as well. Until next time, stay safe.